our currency will be our imagination and our ability to generate realities through our imagination, right?
Yeah. Welcome to the Driving to the Rest podcast. This is Inelia.
And this is Larry. Just a quick note. If you're hearing this, you're on our free feed, which means you'll only get the first part of this conversation.
To access the rest, go drivingtotherest.com and subscribe to the Wisdom Keeper Hour.
Join us and our expert panelists for detailed insights and the after party where you're invited to join in the conversation. Head over to drivingtotheres.com and become a subscriber.
Your subscription keeps this podcast ad-free and helps us keep the lights on and maybe even get a decent cup of coffee. More importantly, it connects you with a community of passionate wisdom keepers like yourself. So if you're ready to go deeper, join us at drivingtotheres.com and support the journey. The reason you're here.
What do you mean why I'm here?
A short quiz.
You want me to take a quiz? Tell you why I'm here?
Yes.
Okay.
We're making some big changes on our podcast and our articles. Very big changes. Anyways, before we discuss why you're here.
Because I feel like there's more to this why I'm here thing. Like, why am I sitting on this couch? Why am I born?
Yes.
Why am I having steak and eggs for breakfast?
Yes.
Hint, hint.
Yes.
Why am I doing this job?
Yes.
So why am I everything?
Yes.
You're going to answer that with a quiz?
Yes.
Okay, I'm game.
But before we discuss why you're here, I would like to make a short announcement.
All right.
After using the quiz, which I shared with you in this newsletter, you can get the link on the newsletter, something became very clear to me. My mission has changed.
Oh, wow.
That was a delayed response.
Well, I'm just like trying to take this all on board. Everything's changing and your mission has changed.
Yes.
And I'm real comfortable with change in this lifetime. Or like most people that I know, change isn't something like we're like, change, let's change it. Although the president got elected for change, right?
I have no idea which one.
All of them.
Okay.
They all are going to change things for the better.
Oh, okay.
So is this change for the better?
It's change.
For the better?
You can decide. You'll have to define what for the better means.
I think that's partly what you take the quiz for, right? To figure out what's better.
Yes. I would say so, yes. I would say that the changes that I've made, at least,
they're for the better.
Yes, both in my mission and also in the structure I'm delivering these articles and podcasting.
So if somebody's just listening, how do they find this quiz?
Go to radio.drivingtotheres.com.
Okay.
And go to the article for this week's podcast.
All right, good.
And click on the link. And if you're listening on one of those streaming services for podcasts, it should be on the description.
All right. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You can find it there anyway.
If you want to take this quiz, you will find it.
So you have to do some work.
You will find it.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
I believe that was part of the change.
Yes.
That you had suggested in earlier conversations. That instead of being a passive, hey, here guys,
here's everything for you.
Here's something everything. Just listen. That now people have to actually get off of their seat and do something.
Yeah, they can stay in their seat. They can do their fingers do the walking.
Okay, well, you don't have to stand up to type, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, then.
You may or may not know this, but although my purpose to make the world buzz better, which was my toddler speak.
Right. How did that go? How did that go? How did you answer? Who asked that question? So when you were little, right?
I was very little, and I asked myself, why am I here?
You asked yourself when you were very little? Why am I here?
Yes.
Usually we're like sitting in high school or college and we're doing our test again. We're doing our test again. Like, geez, why am I here? Is it just to do good at tests? No, you were a toddler.
No, I was a toddler. Why am I here? to make the world buzz better has stayed the same throughout my life. My mission as a public person has gone from raise the vibration of the planet.
I remember that one. I remember that one in 2009 or something. 10. You'd said those words, and I thought, hey, that's good. I like that. I want to make the vibration of the world better, or something like, because you say it and then I hear it and then I say it again and it comes out different. Yeah. Do you notice that? Right.
And then we went to raise the frequency of the planet.
Yeah, that was more technically accurate in my mind, because it made more sense if you're raising the frequency, right? Because when you're raising the vibration, actually, it seems like you make everything louder.
Which is exactly what it was.
So everyone can hear everyone. It's not like anybody's hiding anything anymore, right? And then now that you've seen everybody's not hiding anything, you can align with a frequency and a frequency of high.
Yeah.
Which is an emotional frequency band. Is that how?
Exactly.
Right?
It's not like tune your radio higher, your musical instruments. Just use the high notes. No, it's not about that.
It's interpreting the toddler speak of make the world buzz better into a more adult phrase, raise the frequency of the planet. And the frequency we're referring to is the emotional frequency band, with fear at the lowest end of the frequency band, and I guess light, joy, love at the top of the frequency band, or somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then he went to deliver the message of empowerment.
Yeah, that was that made sense too at the time, because they had worked on raising frequency. But then when you have a high frequency, it seemed like as people raised their frequency, they started to become powerless. Did you notice that?
No.
Well,
just that.
The tendency I found was to be confused in some way, confused about, well, I raised my frequency, now I have to not spiritually bypass. I have to be sure I pick the right person. I have to be sure to line up with this. In other words, there was a level of overwhelm, because the majority of the world has made friends with who people they have to work with, who people they have to get married to, and who people they have to go to the school board meetings with, and become engaged with. And all of these engagements brought in so much co-manifesting complication that when you're trying to be high frequency and sit in the sort of the bleachers and like be light or something, it felt like that's just, is that enough? You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so empowerment. I
don't know if I'm understanding correctly, but in my mind, it went from raise the frequency of the planet to deliver the message of empowerment, because people realize that, yes, we are changing frequencies on this reality, but how do I do it?
Right. Well, that's what I just said.
And it's like the empowerment part.
Empowerment part was like, we had decided.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, we had decided to raise our frequency. We raised our frequency, and then we found ourselves sitting in the bleachers all alone and not sure what do we do now.
Yes, that's more accurate.
And so empowerment was, what do you do?
The tools. Yeah, here's the tools.
Yeah, I remember.
Now you have the power.
Right, and most of us who raised our frequency were like, we don't want power. Power's bad. Power's evil. Power is power over others.
Yeah, because everybody interprets it as the power that's running on this experience right now, which is power over others. And power is not power over others. Power is the ability to do.
Very good. Understood.
So, now, after taking the quiz...
That's part of the...
after taking the quiz, it has become the light within rises and becomes form. What do you think about that?
Well, it encompasses everything in a small little phrase, It's like, what do I do? Raise my frequency. I've raised my vibration. Now I understand, and I've raised my frequency, and I have all of these tools. Now what do? I understand the true nature of reality to some degree. And the task that I have at hand is simple.
Let the light within rise and become form?
Exactly. And every bit of manifesting and co-manifestations that I engage in, aim for that.
Mm-hmm. So this is one person's journey of finding out their mission. That's me. This is not, and the new one, it's not a speaker-audience relationship between us anymore. You, the listener, and me, or Larry and me. It is now a very co-creative relationship, an active co-creative partnership in bringing in the new paradigm to express physically and experientially for all of us. This reflects To reflect this new mission, I will be adding a short and simple practice lab at the start of each week's newsletter. A simple exercise you can do to support our path to facilitate the light to rise and become a form in our lives. Therefore, this article is not just me writing and you reading, but it includes you testing what I write about in your own life. Because one of the things is that I've always done, if somebody gives me a new tool or some new theory, I test it. I test it before I judge it. Yeah. Even if it might sound like way out there. I look at it, I test it, I investigate it, and then I make my decisions from my own tests of it. This week's practice lab. Oh, you were going to say something? No. This week's practice lab, take this short quiz and discover your own purpose and mission. Reply to this email with your results. So remember, go to the article, find the links, take the quiz, and answer. You can respond to the newsletter, my newsletter, and give us your results. After a recent newsletter and podcast, what do I want is the wrong question, which was driving to the rest of episodes 281, parts 1 and 2, something very interesting happened. Remember? A lot of things happened, huh?
Well, I think that when we move between conversation and reading more article, we should say that, because I was waiting for you to answer me. Then you talked. So in this case, right after we did that podcast, it was why we did that podcast in the first place. That's interesting in my mind.
Yes.
It's because we had noticed uncanny, I guess I would call it uncanny. I don't even have the word, but everyone seemed to be making decisions about what they're going to be doing next with the same litmus test. It's like I'm asking my body, does it want to do this? Is this warm? Is it cold? Is it hot enough? Is it the best thing for my body? Is it my body? It was like all body centric. It's like, if my body likes this, then I'll do it. If my body doesn't want to, then I have the excuse not to do it in a sense. And it was like the decision-making process had been refined to the point where we had opened up a communication channel, and actually, in some ways, people have begun having the conversation with everybody to ask it questions and get answers, but they've been using it as their guidance tool for the long range, long term.
Not so much guidance, but just decision making.
All decisions made through the body, as the body is the decider.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a bit shocking at the realization, because I know many bodies who've made many bad choices, let me just say, including my own.
Yeah.
So we wrote that article and those podcasts to explore a better way to make decisions in your life than just what your body wants. Because it doesn't take long to figure out your body can put priorities on things that maybe aren't the best. Certainly for your reason for being born on the planet right now.
Yes, indeed.
So that opened a long conversation after we had published that podcast, talked for a few hours with our wisdom keepers and our wisdom speakers, and adjusted our decision-making processes.
Yes.
We found we had a bigger problem.
What was
purpose? Purpose wasn't enough.
Purpose and mission, yes.
We needed a mission also. Purpose is good.
You were born with your purpose.
You're born with your purpose, and the purpose stays very stable. But the mission, the way you carry out that purpose, that evolves over time through what we're doing.
So we began a conversation in our dojo, Walk With Me Now, about each of our purposes and missions. This led to the realization that the process of discovery could be quite involved and time sensitive, with much back and forth to drill into the precise reasons many of us came here at this time. The core of the conversation was about how to make decisions based on your purpose and mission, rather than just using, what do I want? The conversation continued with how I use a very simple sentence to determine if a decision is the right one. And the question is, does this decision facilitate my mission? Whatever that mission might be. And the mission has changed right through the years. But I have used, does this decision facilitate? And then add the mission here, right?
Right. So in the past,
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Does this decision facilitate the raising of the vibration of the planet? Does this decision facilitate raising the frequency of the planet? Does this decision facilitate delivering the message of empowerment?
Exactly.
Does this decision facilitate?
Yes. The inner light rises and becomes form.
Not the inner light.
Yeah.
The light rises and becomes form.
Sorry. Yes. The light rises within. The light within rises and becomes form.
Rises and becomes form.
Yeah.
Right. And so, as you can see, when you ask that question, you're going to get different answers than if you ask, do I want to? Does my body like this idea? It becomes more like a soul purpose rather than simply like the purpose of the moment, whichever way I've been pushed by waves. Right?
But also I have found that the body will collaborate wholeheartedly and in a more efficient way when you base it on your purpose and mission, because the body came in with you and agreed on that purpose and missions. The purpose for sure, but the missions can change throughout your life.
Where I found my body, in fact, cannot want to do something, not like to do something, find something absolutely like super hard and not comfortable and yucky and cold and wet and messy even, and not even taste good, tastes disgusting. Like doing hydraulics on the boat, get hydraulic oil in our mouths. And Craig said it tasted like butter.
Ew.
Kinda. And I'm like, well, that ain't like any butter I ever tasted. Is that... What the heck is that?
Where he buys his butter?
I don't know what kind of butter he's eating, but I did it. It supported my particular mission, and my body did not 100% did not want to do it.
But it supported you.
It was supported, and it supported me in doing it, and we got all kinds of things done in a very short time. Because I have framed the question right, and so I could get support from my body without fighting it and not knowing why. Because in the past, I could have gone down to the boat that day, you know, and my body wasn't happy about being on the boat doing this oily, nasty mess. And I could have easily said, all right, body, let's just go to the beach. That would be way more fun, huh? And the body said, heck yeah, let's take the dogs for a walk on the beach.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, let's do that. But if I asked the question, does it support my mission at this point? It would be like, no, get to work.
Yes.
You need to get this done.
Yes.
So it helped. It helped. And having that question settled for yourself, which is the purpose of this quiz, to help you settle this question for yourself, listener. It's an answer to a bigger question that came, which was as we tried to figure out purposes and missions for each of our wisdom keepers, we found that it could take an hour of like one-on-one to try to drill in through it, and then bringing in other people and trying to facilitate this process. It was like, wow, this isn't very scalable. How are we going to do this with millions of people?
Right.
Yeah. So we did, we used Dr. Kara's special skill to help design a quiz so that you can figure it out.
Yeah, it's all very well, but if you don't know your purpose and mission, you're still asking yourself, why am I here? It's not going to help you, is it? So that's where that's the quiz came in. And we did, when we explored this, right, the conversation in the Wisdom Keeper Hour for those episodes that we did before became very expansive. And it became very clear that it's not a conversation we can leave hanging or in the air. That's why many people that walk with me now, our dojo, began actively exploring why they were here and what they came here to do.
Oh, so can I go back to reading?
Yeah. So soon after, our DTTR panelist, Dr. Kara, began creating an interactive quiz designed to go deeper than surface answers, like I'm here to be happy.
Right.
With Larry's help, using vibe coding.
Something I just learned was even a word. And I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yes.
This is the story of our lives, right?
Yes.
We were listening to a podcast while we were driving to the res the other day.
The synchronistic part of
our lives, right? And I'm listening to the podcast and I said, hey, honey, listen to this. This is pretty cool. I usually listen to this guy, but I can only listen for about 5 minutes and then I kind of like I can't listen no more. I don't know. But this one I listened, I liked it. It was really good. Because I'm nothing if not persistent, right? Yeah, I don't like your show. I'm going to listen again. Yeah, I still don't like it. I'm going to try again. No, I don't really like your show. Let me listen again. Because he had the right vibe, but it's just like the words weren't syncing with me at the time. Every time I listened to him. This time, he mentioned manifestation, which is something that we had been working on, in quantum manifestation, the source code of manifestation. And he had mentioned using AI to manifest an idea that he had in his head, because in some ways, in alignment with how I thought, as the future becomes the future, our currency will be our imagination and our ability to generate realities through our imagination, right?
Yeah.
So he linked that in with using an AI to code websites or an app or a program or a thing without having to engage with hiring somebody to do it and then try to explain to them how you want to do it.
Right.
Because I mean, the process it's done. I mean, obviously all of our computers are working like that. But it's very tedious, long-term, costs money, takes time. It's like awkward. It has a lot of steps in the middle.
Yeah, it has a lot of steps and cost and time.
And then feedback loops. It's like by the time you get done 3 years later, you're like, do I really want to do this? Well, it's too late now. I have to, because I've invested up $500,000 in code. He said he was working with Claude and another one, and he described what he did. And so I said, let's do that. Yeah. That sounds great. Right?
Yeah. So he started vibe coding.
Started vibe coding.
Yeah. Vibe coding. And a lot of things started happening very quickly. You started creating websites to present our work, like the classes and the music.
Right, in a way people will respond to, rather than not be able to find it, or if they do find it, not really understand what it's
about. Yeah,
it's like as an assistant, right? So I was vibe coding some pages, and when this question came up about how to figure out mission and purpose, I mean,
and Dr. Carr was like, "Yeah, I want to make this into."
My mission was distilled into a phrase, which she's going to share in the Wisdom Keeper Hour. But as a consequence of that mission, creating this very content, this very quiz, this very program became a satisfaction for her mission.
Yeah.
And so she started it. I mean, she started collecting all of the information we would need in order to enter it into our vibe code to generate the quiz that will be hugely effective with, like, I don't know, probably 100 hours worth of interviews going through it and into it.
Yeah. So we had people and the questions were tested with them. The pre-launch version of this quiz has been taken by many people, and it has been evolving, making it better. And the one that you're going to be taking on the link is V1, version 1 of the
V1 public. Yeah. V1 part mostly public. V1, you listen to this podcast public.
Yeah.
That's the version we're at. We do
feedback.
It's like, I don't understand this question. This question kind of like, is this the right question? Or I got to here, is this right? The questions you have, just send them in.
Or the results you get to.
And the results, we want to know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So.
Back to article.
Yeah. So the quiz evolved through testing and refinement. And it's linked now. Yeah. And next week, we're going to explore the diversity of missions and purposes and how discovering them can begin to reshape your life. And in the second hour this week, it's going to be quite funny because many of the things that I teach, I tell people, one of the things I do tell people when I'm doing classes and courses, copying is good. If you get inspired by somebody else's answer, copy it, test it, truth it. Yeah. And in the second hour this week, we're going to find a really excellent example of that. Somebody was using somebody else's mission statement without knowing it was their mission statement.
Yeah, it was such a great mission statement. It was so in alignment with her thoughts.
Yeah.
She just had she had like basically copied it, right? Copied it as, I'll ask a question using that, or entered it into her phrases of life.
Yes.
Is this that? Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It tells you how powerful this tool is. because it inspires even a mimic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So inspires, it doesn't, you don't have to come out with an original answer. But what I have found is that like most people, including the person that was actually using somebody else's mission statement, they evolved into a different mission statement. They're very different. They're so unique. I haven't found two people with the same one, which has been really fascinating to me. I thought that because we all came here to do a certain job, that the missions and the purposes would be the same or very similar to each other, worded very similarly, but they're radically different. It's fascinating. Fascinating.
Yeah, I've found that their words are different, but I feel like their core is similar, if not the same.
The core might be. What about the purpose?
Their purposes are remarkably similar because they're pretty much all light beings with the same purpose for being here. Major purpose to be born.
Yes.
They're very in alignment. They might use 3 words differently, but they're basically the same 3 words, maybe.
Yeah.
And then missions, the way that they carry about that purpose. Again, partly because it's mostly within our ecosystem of like very close.
That's true. Contacts. That's true.
They do have some relation.
Yeah.
And they have different words.
Which makes sense.
They have a very common relation. Yeah. And it can help, I think, in identifying who's like one of us. If you go to you got a pocket full of rocks, then you're probably one of us.
Yeah. If you're taking this quiz, you're one of us.
Yeah.
Sorry, you didn't want to be part of our group. Too late.
Too bad. So sad. Yeah. But I think it's worth saying before everyone leaves, if they haven't already left, to go take this purpose and mission quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Give a quick, like 20,000 foot overview of purpose. What is a purpose?
You're looking now?
I'm asking you, what is a purpose?
What do you mean? I don't understand the question.
You have a purpose, make the world buzz better, and that stay the same throughout
everything.
Your life.
Yeah.
What is it?
What do you mean? What is it?
Purpose. What is it? What is a purpose?
A purpose or my? I don't understand the question. It's too broad.
It's pretty narrow. It's just specifically about, we're taking a quiz, purpose and mission.
Mm-hmm.
And the literal question is, what is a purpose?
So, yeah, interesting little nugget there, because I think we talked about it in a previous podcast also. Mm-hmm. I've never made a difference between purpose and mission, right? Because I didn't know that people saw it differently, or that they would see it, that they were a different thing. And one of our dojo members, Katrine, came up with, you know what? She said, there's a difference between a purpose and a mission, mm-hmm. right? The purpose is constant and is why you're here, but the mission can change. This is what you're doing to fulfill your purpose. And it was like, oh my God, that's such great clarity. So now we've moved into the purpose and mission.
Right. There was another thing about finding out purpose, and it had to do with a billion souls co-conspiring with you. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
As a helpful hint for how to answer that question?
Yes.
Who came up with that question? I think it was Ashley.
I don't remember.
Or Kara, one of our wisdom keepers.
Yeah.
Either way, the question is...
I'm pretty sure it was you, but it's okay.
It could have been me. No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't me.
No? Okay. We'll find that soon.
I'm pretty sure it was in the process of evaluating to try to find out purpose and mission for someone.
Mm-hmm.
They had asked that question to try to help someone identify a purpose.
Yes.
And it was really good because it broadened and it answered like some of the purpose questions, like my purpose is to be happy. There's like a billion souls, including you, all conspired to have you born right now. Why was that? To make me happy? No, probably that wouldn't have been it. Yeah. A billion souls, and you have a purpose that's probably much stronger than we're just going to want to have you born to make you happy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it allowed you the ability to drill in a little bit better about your purpose. The purpose is, like I said, the thing that's constant, the constant reason you were born. Mm-hmm. We're here and now.
So that is actually one of the questions in the quiz. And there's a lot more questions for you to really define your purpose. And yeah, very interesting. Did you take the quiz, Annie?
I did.
What did you get?
We talk about it in the Wisdom Keepers Hour.
do.
If you want to hear about my purpose and mission, you're going to have to subscribe.
Yes.
Because I'm not telling you here.
It's very personal and very in depth. So we've placed it into our supporters section for deeper connection. And also you can join the conversation there on Fridays at 9
because like your purpose and mission is you're a public person.
Yeah.
And your public mission needs to be public so they understand why are you here, Anelia?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
My purpose and mission isn't public.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it is shareable.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll share it in the second part.
Perfect. Looking forward to that.
Okay. See you there.
Okay.
Join us for the rest of this conversation at driveintotheres.com.
And when you go to driveintotheres.com and you join in the rest of the show, rest of the second hour, you also get to join in the after party. 9:00 on Fridays, we all get together, including you.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Glad you're here, Dr. Kara.
Me too. I'm so glad to be here. Good to see you both.
Claude has designated you as the architect of the tool.
Oh, in this case, I'm the architect of the tool.
Yes, actually.
So your mission was literally to create this.
It was.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you all think about it so far? Crickets? Okay. Okay, then. Take that as data. You're so speechless because it's
so amazing.
There you go.